Hello and welcome to another episode of The Card Show. In this week's episode, we're talking about the new Topps Jose Mourinho Platinum Curated set, the lack of licenses yet again in a Topps product, the sudden really demand or surge in custom art cards now, and the rest of it is just sports talk. Who doesn't love sports talk? So, let's get into it. The new Mourinho Platinum set just been released for the raffle on Topps. £100 again. Lack of licensing, so obviously the English national team, French national team, as it's a Euros themed sort of platinum set by Mourinho. He has his autos in there, and there's a Ronaldo one, there's a nice Thierry and so on, but again they're not in the French kit. The England players in the blue shirt again. It's £100 not horrendous, don't get me wrong. I think it's an auto in each box, stuff like that. So that side of it is a bit of a plus. The downside is obviously the unlicensed stuff. The designs are quite, I won't say shaky, but not for me. I don't like the designs. I can't believe that someone in Topps looks at them and goes, son of a bitch, we're in. And I think they smashed it. I personally think it's very amateurish, very poor designs. Really, I don't really like them. I'm sure there's gonna be many people that are sucking off Topps. They're gonna tell you this is a great little product. It's only £100. Look at the autos you could get. Personally, not for me. I will not be beaten up. Please make your own decisions and your own. Don't let me influence you. Let me just give you my opinion. So yeah, go check it out for yourself. Again, so I've not an issue with unlicensed stuff. I've been a proponent of Futera and their unlicensed stuff. Leaf, Wildcard. Obviously, as you may have seen the other day, the Caleb Williams stuff. I've gone with the unlicensed stuff over his Topps Bowman stuff. My thought process behind going for the Caleb sort of upper deck stuff. I think they're exquisite stuff, and they're good win champions, all that sort of stuff. He's in tracksuits essentially, so it doesn't tie him to a team. I mean, if he's at the Bears now, a Bear fan's gonna want him in his USC stuff. Yes, no. We obviously saw it with Caleb. We saw it with CJ Stroud. Obviously, not having autos in products that people were buying his Buckeye stuff. But I just think having him in a little hoodie and whatnot, and with the football usually on card autos as well most of the time. I just thought it was more of a nicer option, and it was cheaper than the Topps one, with a bit of a higher ceiling. So that's what I've gone for. I think people, the history's there in that sort of upper deck, sort of good win champions, exquisite stuff. It's always sold quite well, so that's why I've gone in on them. So yeah, I have no issues with unlicensed stuff. It's just to me, when you're Topps and you're top of the food chain, and to be doing stuff like this, it's not a good look. Personally, I don't think for the hobby. I get it, you don't have licenses, but was this set really needed? Do people want a Mourinho set? He's obviously the unemployed manager right now. Yes, he's one of the greats, but are people really going, oh, don't we need another Mourinho Platinum set with some cards that are licensed, some cards that are not licensed? Just stick a blue shirt on them England players. I think there's a white shirt on the French players. Probably not. The resources and everything else could have been used elsewhere. All them stickers of that they've got of Ronaldo and other players, use on better cards. At least make a bit of effort and get on card autos maybe. Help us out here in the hobby. But yeah, that is my input on it, and I think it leads kind of well into the next talking point of today is sort of I want to say the rise, but of these artists that are doing cards. And again, someone else who I've talked about, Tyson Beck. Their cards are sort of unlicensed in a way because obviously they're with the actual player as opposed to the team that they play for. So more often than not, the player's image and likeness is obviously all licensed, and the autograph is usually on card always on a card with Tyson. And it's just the uniform they're in will not have the badges. Tyson's been very good at sort of hiding it. Some of them aren't, obviously he has to just put them in a plane, but sometimes he hides it with graphics. But we know he is signed or was signed to Topps, has some sort of contract with Topps. He has done sets with Topps before, and he was big on gold as well, Topps gold. But I think it's definitely sort of, I've always said this about this sort of industry's hobby. It goes hand in hand with art, because these cards are little pieces of art. Not everyone sees that way, but photography back in the day, it was art, and now the designs on them is art. So these little mini art cards, it makes sense to have artists design the cards. At least in my head. So seeing a rise doesn't surprise me. Again, I've been a big fan of a lot of these people I'm going to talk about for a while. Own a few cards of theirs as well. So let's delve into this a bit more. But personally, again, at Tyson Beck, I've definitely showcased some of his cards I have before. He is very good at what he does in getting with the player, the athlete. He makes sure he flies over to wherever they are. Gets them to sign all the cards on in hand. He's had obviously some of the biggest athletes in most sports, from Fury to Mayweather. Tyreek Hill, Odell Beckham Jr., Tom Brady, Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's not like, and he also gets like the rookies. He went and got Justin Fields. There was other people as well. I can't remember right off of my head, but yes, he was. He does do a good range, of sports and sort of levels, I suppose, well, from the rookies to the legends, sort of the GOATs. Obviously, some people are probably not attainable, the LeBrons, etc. But he does do a good job. I'd like to see him do F1 stuff, but there is obviously other artists out there doing F1 sort of cars and stuff like that. So, maybe it's just not where he is, and maybe it's not a sport he's interested in. So. He has started to do a few more UFC stuff. He did a Khabib and a sort of Hasbulla sort of set as well, which is quite funny. I think I have a couple of them Khabib cards. I'll have to double check upstairs in the vault. But other brands, I think one that's coming quite big at the moment, and people are talking about. It's been around for a while, but maybe people haven't sort of heard or didn't know until other people sort of spoke about them. Was Piggy Bank. They're having quite a big sort of rise at the moment. To get one of their cards at the moment, it's very similar to a Tyson Bet drop. You're on the website and you've clicked. You've not even scrolled the page to pick which one you want, which variant you want, and it's sold out. It's usually what happens with Tyson Bet. You go on the page and the autos sell out like that, and then it's looking at rainbow variants, hollow variants, and all the other variants you might be able to get. And if you dilly-dally too long, they usually go quite quickly. And it's quite similar with Piggy Banks. He's moved from his Instagram sales of just posting a picture up, you message, invoice me, and you get an invoice if you're lucky. For me, he's now got a fully fledged website. It sort of crashed on the first day because of the pure amount of traffic. I don't think I can't say he underestimated it, but I don't think he thought that the amount of traffic would do that to his website. So I think it's upgraded, and hopefully have smoother sort of sales in the future. Again, I do think he should do something similar to Tyson Beck now and get to that stage of having sort of a membership structure. But I can't run everyone's business with all my great ideas, can I? But I think a lot of people are investing in Piggy Banks cards at the moment. They're doing well. I think I've got 2 maybe in my American locker, so I'm going to get them over soon. I think that'll be a good sell at a UK show. When I do attend one again, I will touch on shows a bit later on. But Piggy Banks is having a bit of a moment, which is great for him as an artist, and obviously for the hobby love, because I think it brings in another aspect of collectors and also investors. People who were usually sort of stuck to, it has to be a Prism Silver, it has to be a rookie ticket auto from Contenders, all this sort of stuff has to be up to this, and now it's kind of like, oh no, this guy's a really good artist, look at these cards he's doing, and look at the value of them, because people, they're very limited. Some of his cards are 1 of 1s, majority of them are to 3, so they're very limited amount. So there's, even if you've got 10, 15, 20 people on these cards, you have a demand straight away. It's a big demand. I mean, with his demand, there's obviously going to be opportunities, should we say. Another one from stateside, the US, is Saturday Morning Cards. What's interesting with them is they've just started, and they're just started releasing cards. I say not just started as a company, but and their sort of first one was the Mickey Mouse Steamboat, which is obviously very interesting because it's quite an iconic sort of picture drawing, of Mickey. I think it's like one of the first ever of Mickey Mouse. Obviously, we know about the whole Mickey Mouse IP at the moment and what happened there with it being sort of not re-signed or not held by Disney, which is kind of weird. So these guys have capitalised. It's had not a major boost, but it's had a good amount from what you see on socials. I have one on the way to my locker at the moment in the US. It's not currently there. Copped it the other week. I do believe a few of the US content creators took some over to the London Card Show recently, so there was some sales there. I saw that on some of the the Instagram shares and whatnot, which is a good way of getting it out. So I'm assuming some sort of partnership there. All these hand gestures, partnership. Just so you know what a partnership was. Because if I said partnership, you wouldn't know what a partnership was. But yeah, so that's obviously good to see. Again, I have one. I don't know if it's quite similar to buying a box where you don't know if you're going to get a sort of a variant. It's not like with Tyson Beck or someone where you can sort of choose. A cracked ice version of this, where you buy one, you can buy like in singles, or you can buy a case with Saturday morning cards. I obviously just bought one. I just think it was with shipping. I think it's $29.99 per card, and it's like around $10 shipping. Hence why I go to the US address. I would have hated to see the price getting it shipped straight to UK. So yeah, just chucked in with the rest of the stuff I have coming off like eBay and stuff like that, and other stores I buy in US. It gets into Malacca. So yeah, that was sent there. So it was like $39, I think, maybe 40, maybe 40 all in. But now I'm obviously excited to see what I get. I will do a little something about unveiling that one. I probably will do more on my sort of cards I'm collecting at the moment as well. I know there's been people asking. I do get it quite a lot, and I just sort of keep it in my case. So I will get some cards out. It's been a while, so yeah. But back to Saturday morning cards. It's interesting. It'll be interesting to see what they do next. If they keep with the sort of the Mickey Mouse IP. If they move on to other things. But I think it was a very solid start. The cards look really good. Comes in a nice little like booklet thing, sort of nice little case. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. And then obviously over here, in fact, one more in the US as well, called Spectre Art. Again, more of his. I think he started on his artwork, and now he's started coming to cards. I think looks like he's a Philly native, so a lot of his stuff is around the Philadelphia Eagles. Again, they've started releasing a few cards now with the athletes. I think one sort of took my eye was I think it's Brian Dawkins tackling Tom Brady, which obviously big for their Super Bowl win many years ago. And he has also done a card with UFC, should we say sensation in Bo Nix. So again, really worth checking out. I'm not purchasing any of these cards just yet. I do like the Bo Nix one. I think it's kind of a cool one. The one where Brady's getting tackled it was a nice card. I just don't know if it's something I want in my collection. I don't know if there's gonna be a market for me to then obviously sell it on. So it's not something I've purchased just yet. But the Bo Nix one is tempting because it is a nice card. Very good art on it. So yeah, Spectre Art. I think it's called Jordan Spectre. So yeah, that's his little taglines like "You're a Spectre collector," which is kind of cool. Or funny, should we say? But yeah, back over to our shores in the UK. Someone I'm hoping to get onto the show soon. I've touched base with them. Is the Card Ninja. It's good to have someone in the UK. Obviously, I'm big for pushing UK, Europe, etc., etc. So I talk about a UK sort of card maker because they're not so much a physical artist by the looks of things. Their cards are using sort of images of people. The biggest ones at the moment are the F1 cards, so it'll be their country's flag as a background, and then obviously the driver, and it comes in like a little sort of PSA kind of slab with Card Ninja, then 1 of 8, 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it may be. I think it's usually 1 of 9s, this thing's 1 of 3s, etc. And just a bit of information on the card, on the header. It can come in some cards come in a phantom display. Again, if you didn't do this, you wouldn't know what a phantom display case was. So yeah, so which is a higher price one. They just did a Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri one that came in sort of different price ranges for just the card. I think it was magged and all the way again into the sort of PSA holder with a phantom display case, which was £120, I believe, or £125, that sort of area. So this, unlike with Spectres Art, Tyson Beck and Piggy Banks, where they are the artists creating these cards, the Card Ninja is someone who creates cards and works with artists. So we're seeing these not all British as well, which I like to say, I don't want to say they're undervalued, underappreciated, maybe unknown, up and coming would be the best word. These artists or graphic designers that people may not have heard of, etc. Which is another great thing as well. I always say if you want to go far, go together. If you want to go fast, go alone. So the fact that they're working with people, different artists for different drops, is really good. And I think it's definitely it just goes to show the strength of sort of the community and obviously the one we've got over in the UK. Again, Card Ninja at the moment is very much based sort of on F1 sort of stuff. Again, a lot of stuff does sell out. I think on the website currently there's maybe about 3 cards that are in stock. But again, I like the fact that they're working with different artists, so every card is essentially going to be quite different because whole different artists will come in and with their designs, whether it's it was like an Ayrton Senna drawn, sort of cartoony, sort of big helmet, smallish car. Cars is obviously the Lewis Hamilton riding a horse in his Ferrari uniform. Again, compared to the sort of cars he was doing with the flags and the driver in front of them. So it's different array of cards. But again, I'm a fan nonetheless. And again, it's good to have someone over this side of the shores doing these sort of custom art cards, and makes it a little bit easier for you to obtain, and obviously a bit cheaper because no customs, no worries about shipping, etc. Right, and now next up, we'll talk about art cards. Let me know your thoughts on art cards as well. Are you interested in them? Are you much more on a license kind of thing, like you want to see a license, or are art cards fine by you? But yeah, check those. Make sure you check those guys out as well. Piggy Banks with an X at the end of Banks. The Card Ninja, Spectre Art, and Saturday Morning Cards. We'll touch on shows. Obviously, we just had the London Card Show. It seems to be bigger than ever. I wasn't there. I've not done any card shows this year. I've sort of touched on before that, it's not the most. What word I've been looking for? I'll say smart. It's not the most economically viable. If you're trying to make money in a card hobby, for me to go to London, it's £110 on a train. All the way close, I have to go to London and London to Esher. Hotels again can be £200. So straight away I'm over £300 in the hole before I've done anything. If I get a table, food, drinks, buying, selling, so you sort of have to sell a lot and have a lot of profit margin to sort of make it worthwhile on a financial point of view if you want to make cards sort of a business kind of thing. So I've sort of took back this last few months and not gone to as many card shows, because of that. I'm trying to see what it'd be like doing cards a bit differently and not spending as much money going to shows, and using that money to buy more cards, sell and do it that way. So I always say that eBay is going to be the best place to sell them, no matter what eyes on them, etc. And the people are going to search for your cards, your target audience. Whereas when you go to shows, you may go and it could be a lot of the people coming through the doors are interested in Pokemon TCG. They're interested in soccer cards, not NFL, NBA. They're interested in NBA, not your soccer cards. So that's just the only reason. I have no other issue with that. I'm happy that the UK scene is sort of thriving at the moment. I know some shows are sort of would have been one and done, or they're coming to sort of the end of their cycle, and the owners or the runners are thinking about calling it quits. But you know, shows are going to keep happening, which is great. Europe's expanding for shows as well, a lot more shows in Europe, which is good. But again, London, and you know, London did it smart this time as well, of having a lot of these US influencers come over, you know, sort of content creators. I won't touch on my point of view on that in this episode, just because I can't be bothered, if I'm going to be honest with you. But you know, I will say is, you don't need these false prophets over here to make you enjoy this hobby. And I'll leave it at that for now, because it's just how I feel. I don't think we have any shows this weekend coming. We have the Yorkshire one the week after. I've yet to been to Yorkshire one. It always seems to happen when I'm super busy, which is kind of crazy. I think one was on my birthday, one was on maybe my wife's birthday, maybe, I don't know. She always seems to put it on when I'm super busy, which is a shame, because obviously it's like the local show for my boys, they're down display, so it's always good to catch up with them and not have them driving for 3 days straight to go to a show, and seeing them quite fresh. So yeah, it's kind of a shame that I've missed that one. They've got a football game in there. I mean, you know, people got, this is the thing with card shows over here now. People are getting a little bit less about the cards and a bit more, well, what we can do. How can we woo you? You know, yeah, I don't really go to card shows for a football game. So I don't have interest in that. Cool, it's for a charity, which is good, but yeah, it just, I don't know, it doesn't like intrigue me to be like, I've got to go and play football at this card show, you know, just not how I roll. I go to card shows to buy, sell cards and catch up with friends. So yeah, that's just me. Hope people enjoy the day, enjoy the football match if you're involved. You know, I think it's like £150 to get involved. So, you know, a good amount of money going to charity, which is good. You know, that's like the massive bonus, right? That's a lot of money going to charity. But yeah, I just worry as well, like, there's always this thing that, you know, oh, you can't have like drinks at your trade nights because, you know, people get a bit leery and things happen. I'm like, now you're taking football into the mix. People get competitive. People, you know, take a step too much and a kick here, there, and, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. But not my show, not my problem. I wish them all the best. That's all I can say on that one. Let's talk about sports though. See, we're talking about sports, let's move on to other sports. So we have the NBA playoffs in full swing. Where are we at now? So we are out here. The Nuggets. They have, I'm not going to say they've sussed out the Timberwolves, but they've turned it around. Aaron Gordon this morning, late last night, whatever you want to say, unbelievable. He could not miss. I've always been a fan of his, mainly for his dunking abilities. But yeah, unbelievable. Makes me think about like Zach LaVine, if he'd moved from the Bulls to Nugs, you know, or even if he'd moved to a sort of team similar, if he'd moved to Timberwolves. I mean, Cat, Rudy Gobert, Ant-Man, Zach, could be dangerous. Could be dangerous. That's what I'm saying. Knicks Pacers. I think the Pacers looked like they sussed out the Knicks. I mean, it was a bloodbath out there. It was like a 30-40 point lead at one point. Hoping the Knicks can come back. A little soft spot for them after watching them at Madison Square Garden. So yeah, again, another 2-2. So 2-2. It's getting interesting. Mavs Thunder. As of recording this, they played a couple of days' time. That's currently 2-1 to Dallas. It doesn't surprise me too much as I think OKC have been really good this season. Obviously, number one seed in the West. Obviously, Shea. I think Luke is really going to step up. The gear. Kyrie is clutch Kyrie for a reason. You know, best handles in the game, and he comes through and he needs to. I can see him getting through. I really can. Again, currently 2-1. We have Cavs Celtics. I said Cavs would get a game. Currently 2-1 to the Celtics. I think Celtics will be stronger. It wouldn't surprise me if it's a 4-1. I do like Cavs though. I like Spider, Donovan Mitchell. So yeah, that is where that is. And that's it. Yeah, that's it for NBA. Yeah, Jesus. Be interesting how it all pans out. I think I called it last time. Then I'll call it again. I'm saying, ugh. I might change. Am I going to change it? I don't know. It's hard to get into know because it really is. But Ant-Man's been on fire. Right, if Cat Rudy can, I go Timberwolves. I know we've lost 2 on a bounce, but yeah, I go Timberwolves. Pacers next. I'm saying Knicks gonna come back, but don't quote me. Cavs Celtics, and then Mavs Thunder. I go Mavs. That's gonna be interesting. Mavs Timberwolves. Oof. Celtics next. Oi. Yeah, Celtics. It could be Celtics Mavs final, That's probably changed from last time, and I did it all the time. Every game, you watch them, it just changes it. I know. Every time you watch the game, you go, oh, do you know what? Yeah, they are quite strong. Yeah, they've got themselves out, and you sort of change your view. I'm gonna stick with that now. NHL, see the road to the Stanley Cup, the toughest trophy to win. The Rangers finally lost. Lost to the Canes, currently 3-1. Dallas Stars currently up 2-1 against the Avalanche. The Canucks leading 2-1 against the Oilers, and the Bruins are getting beat 3-1 by the Panthers. That's going to be interesting. I thought, I'm not going to lie, the Bruins have let me down quite a bit, to be fair. I mean, he lost, was it 6-2 the other day, lost 3-2, literally yesterday, I think it was, recording this. That's really sort of, against the 2 games of just, boom, now it's 3-1, that's, puts you on the precipice, right? Precipice. Easy for me to say. Of being eliminated. The Canucks. Yeah, Oilers. I don't know. I still got a bit of hope for the Oilers. I don't know. It was 4-3 last games, giving them a 2-1 lead. So yeah, I still got hope for them. Dallas Stars. Yeah, it was convincing. A 4-1 victory was convincing. I still say them. Then obviously I'm sticking with the Rangers over the Canes. They give them a game out of pity. Still 3-1. That's of recording this. It's like tonight, tomorrow. Have a class time in there. But yeah, I'm sticking with that. Get the job done. Get it over with. Bing bang bosh. And then in obviously Premier League, we go down to the last game of the season. It's going to be interesting because of recording this. Also tonight we have Villa Liverpool, and if Villa win, pretty much means that Tottenham can't get Champions League football, which then sort of makes Tuesday night against Man City a nothing game. I think the issue with that then becomes if Ange says, okay, we're nothing to play for, and we give some kids a chance to shine, do Arsenal have any sort of foot to stand on to say they didn't put a fair and was it like competitive team out? If City ends going to obviously win the league as well, does it? And it's kind of crap to do it. It is. Let's be honest. It's kind of shit to win it that way. Let's be honest. To sort of win the league. Yes, it's monumental, 4th time in a row. No one's ever done that before. But then there's that case of it was given to you because Tottenham didn't even try. They just put kids out knowing that, they didn't really have much of a chance. I think City performing very well at the moment. Very well-oiled machine. Pep does this all the time. I think Rodri's on some like 70-odd games for club country unbeaten, which is crazy. It would have been. Do you know what? It would have been better if it had been Arsenal City last game of the season. That just would have made it. But as it is, I think City have Fulham, Tottenham, and West Ham, 3 London teams to end it. Yeah, crazy. I don't remember who. I think Arsenal, Everton. Obviously, Everton got nothing to play for. They're safe. So you never know what happens there. But you'd like to think that Arsenal should do them. Obviously, just beat United yesterday. I think Arsenal will probably win 2-0. They've obviously already got a better goal difference. So City need to get the job done against Tottenham. No matter if Tottenham have a chance or not, they need to think. The mindset needs to be, Liverpool beat Villa. Tottenham obviously need the win. So the mindset is they need this for Champions League. We need it for Prem. We need it more. We want it more. Yeah, give that extra percentage. Get the job done because it gives you a little bit of breathing room. Because I think that'll put them 2 points clear. Meaning if they go West Ham, you can draw theoretically and still win because of goal difference, which you've done before. But you'd need to sort of win quite big and hope Arsenal concede a few goals against Everton and maybe win 3-2 or something. Just get the one goal, or the one I suppose wouldn't be too bad. So yeah, that would be interesting. But obviously, as a City fan, I'd love us just to beat Tottenham 3-0, and then beat West Ham 3-0. I mean, just 2-3-0 would be nice. Just get it over and done with, doesn't it? No goal difference. Just good old points. But yeah, that never happens that way, does it? But it'd be interesting nonetheless. I think what would be interesting, I sort of touched on it on the last episode of On the Lookout, where I looked at sort of the NBA players and people where they're investing a year ago compared to today. Also with the playoffs, so a year from year to playoffs, and Ant-Man, who wasn't in these prices then compared to these prices now. Jalen Brunson, for instance, and it'll be interesting with obviously the Premier League players that are going down. I think Ross Barkley had a good year. There was talks of Man United being interested in him. Obviously moving Casemiro to the Saudi League, having Barkley come in as again another British player. It's going to be obviously relatively cheap. I think it might be a free. I think it's a 1-year contract with Luton, so it'll be a free transfer. Obviously you give him, a lot less than you're paying Casemiro. So it's going to help with the books as well. I think he played under Ratcliffe at. I always forget the French team he played for. I was going to say Lyon. Whoever that French team was, is it Lille? I'm pretty sure it was Lille that Ratcliffe owned or co-owned. But yeah, there was like rumours that he liked him as a person, as a player. So his cards could have a spike. A bit of a jump. Then you look at maybe Burnley. They've got some good players. I know a few people were chasing sort of Luton cards in this year's Prem for numerous reasons. Having Luton there, so it'd be interesting to see where these cards are and if there's going to be any players that get sold. I'm not too sure about Sheffield United, if people are going to be interested in any of their players' cards, or if any of their players are going to go to other clubs. But there could be opportunity there if you want to make some money potentially. You require a bit of homework and a bit of work, but there could be some opportunity there for players getting moved to other clubs. And again, there's also that bounce back. If you can hold on to some of the, Luton have got a really good manager. I don't know how much of the team will stay. I'm presuming likes of Andros Townsend, Ross Barkley, etc. are going to go. But yeah, you look at Burnley. I think they're quite a solid unit. I think got two kind of good goalkeepers. Zanderberg, the defence. They've got kind of a good core unit to sort of build around. I wouldn't be surprised if they bounce back up. Sheffield United again. Yeah, they could be in a bit of trouble. They might not get back up for another 10-15 years. But yeah, that is what it is. And the last bit of sport to talk about is boxing, just because it is the fight week of Tyson Fury and Usyk. As I was recording this, I've literally just watched a video. John Fury with I think it's Usyk's camp, and his head's bleeding. He's shouting as always. So I don't know what's happened there fully. It doesn't show you the actual incident. It shows you sort of the aftermath. But yeah, it's typical Furies, right? How to drum up more sales for the fight, add a bit of drama. Again, Tyson and Usyk weren't involved in this, so I don't know. It was Tyson's dad and some people from the camp and spectators. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the fight. It's hard to go against Tyson for sheer size. For sheer fact he's not really been beat. Obviously, people talk about the Ngannou fight and stuff like that. And people said he was lucky maybe in the Wilder fight, obviously getting dropped a few times. But yeah, at the end of the day, he's not been beat. He has a draw on his record. That's it. Again, for sheer size, weight advantage, his length. If he boxes smart, he should win. But Usyk is a very, very, very smart technical boxer. It is physical chess, this game, in the day. If he can, again, he would have worked on a game plan. If he can suss out the Tyson that's in front of him, because that's the thing with Tyson Fury, you don't know what Fury's going to turn up. Is it going to be the Fury from Wilder 2? Or is it going to be the Fury from Ngannou, his latest one? There's a lot of talk that he's a spent force, then wars with Wilder took it out of him, which were probably his hardest 3 fights he's had in his career, to be honest. They were tough fights. It didn't look the same against Ngannou, but I don't think he mentally put himself in that position. I think he thought, it's this guy's first boxing fight I've been doing my whole life. This will be easy, and it wasn't as easy as he thought. Usyk, different ball game. This guy is well decorated. I think he's a double Olympian, just like Lomachenko, 2-weight world champion. Very, very smart technical boxer. Sets a lot of traps. So it's gonna be interesting. But I'm gonna stick with Tyson just it's hard to go against him. But I would not be surprised if Usyk wins. And obviously, congrats to Lomachenko on winning the titles again from George Kambosos. Absolutely love watching Lomachenko fight. I think he's top boxer. Obviously has been sort of harshly done by refs in the past, and also by his own sort of physical stature. He has to step up quite a lot for the big fights. If he was to stay his natural weight, he would have dominated, and I don't think he would have cared as much. So he sort of took a bit of a risk, and he stepped up, and he's still stepping up against bigger guys. But no, he's absolutely a super talent. But that is it for this episode, I believe. I don't think there's anything else. But if you listen this far, I appreciate you. You are the real MVPs. You will catch me at a show soon. I'll definitely need to come to some shows again just to catch up with people. I was speaking to some people the other day, some friends in the hobby. Just chatting and catching up, etc., and talking hobby stuff. But yeah, it'd be cool to be back out at shows again, seeing you guys, which is obviously one of the greatest parts of the hobby. Again, not the best financially when you're going up and down the country every other week, but it's definitely fun. It's definitely good. It's definitely good to be there with friends as well. I think that's one thing I've sort of appreciated this year as well, is time with my family and friends here. Because last year, a bit of the year before, I suppose, it was like every weekend I was going to shows, vlogging, etc., and you sort of miss out on a lot of stuff. So it's good to sort of settle down and be a bit more methodical with my thinking of what shows I go to, etc., and time the shows as well. Is another big thing. The one that's been at London, maybe for some Prem cards you could, I wasn't. Whereas the next one in August, right before the NFL spike, before that sort of stuff. People coming back from national, it's going to be a weird timing. It's like people coming back from national, they're a bit broke. You got people that have just missed on national, so I've got a bit of FOMO and want to spend money. NFL starting again soon, not long before NBA starts. I suppose I got Fanatics Fest. I think it's like the week after London Card Show, if I'm correct. So yeah, it'll be interesting. But yeah, definitely, again, I'll be at shows soon, I'm sure. Until then, enjoy the hobby. Enjoy this industry that you're in. Don't let other people tell you what to buy. And take care. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.